I have a question for you. What is the name of Doc Brown's dog in Back to the Future? Hi, I'm Mark Ellison from 5 Daily Trivia Questions. 5 questions, 5 answers, and maybe you'll learn something amazing along the way. The number 5. 5 Daily Trivia Questions. Oh, and the answer? Doc Brown's dog's name is Einstein. 5 Daily Trivia Questions.
It is the world's most secretive election. When a pope dies, ancient traditions begin. A silver hammer, a destroyed ring, over 100 cardinals locked away from the world, choosing the next leader of 1 billion faithful. White smoke. The path to a new pope, from Calaroga Shark Media, wherever you get your podcasts.
Calaroga Shark Media.
From Vatican City, where the Pope rules, J.D. Vance drools, this is Ballot.
Really? We have a team of writers and the 19 of you came up with a drools joke? Sigh. Let's hit this. You know who's having a bad week? J.D. Vance. So there's Vance sitting at home, probably practicing his presidential wave in the mirror when Trump goes on Fox News and gets asked if he sees his vice president as his successor. Trump's response? No, then he adds, but he's very capable, which is the political equivalent of your mom saying your middle school band concert was interesting. Now, this is a guy who completely reinvented himself for Trump. Went from writing Hillbilly Elegy to Hillbilly Apology Tour. He transformed faster than a transformer with an energy drink addiction. And his reward for this complete character makeover? Getting dismissed on national television like a contestant on The Apprentice. The best part? When Brett Baer tried to give Trump another chance to throw Vance a bone about 2028, Trump just started rambling about how great his own presidency is. It's like being asked about your assistant's performance review and responding by showing everyone your high school trophy collection. Meanwhile, Vance is spending his vice presidency posting on X about dog breeding, which is exactly what you'd expect from someone whose job description seems to be professional chair warmer. On the bright side, at least Trump called him capable, which in Trump speak is practically a love letter. If getting dissed by Trump isn't bad enough, imagine getting dissed by the Pope. So Vance went on Fox News to explain why deporting immigrants is totally fine, according to Catholic teaching. He pulled out this concept called Ordo Amoris, which sounds like a spell from Harry Potter, but is actually about the order of love. According to Vance's interpretation, it means you've got to love your family first, then your neighbors, then America. And if you've got any love left over, maybe sprinkle some on the rest of the world. But Pope Francis read this and basically said, not in my church. He wrote a letter to U.S. bishops that might as well have started with, Dear JD, what in the holy heck? The Pope explained that Christian love isn't like one of those loyalty punch cards where you have to fill up all the local spots before you can care about immigrants. Then he dropped the theological mic by bringing up the Good Samaritan. You know, that famous story about helping strangers that apparently Vance skimmed over during his 2019 conversion speedrun. The Pope emphasized that Christian love is for everyone without exception. And yes, he basically used all caps to make his point. Now, getting corrected by the Pope is like having the principal call your parents. It's not just bad, it's historically bad. It's like converting to Catholicism and immediately having the Pope write a letter that says, thanks for joining, but you're doing it wrong. The internet, of course, is having a field day. One person pointed out that getting Catholic theology so wrong that the Pope has to personally intervene is a special kind of achievement. It's like failing a test so spectacularly that they have to create a new grade just for you. So remember, kids, if you're going to use religious teachings to justify your politics, maybe make sure the head of that religion isn't going to write a strongly worded letter explaining why you're completely wrong. Trump just declared himself the chairman of the Kennedy Center. You know, that place where they hand out those fancy medals to people who've mastered the art of jazz hands? Now, I don't want to say Trump's taking over cultural institutions faster than a Broadway understudy who just found out the lead got food poisoning. But here we are. He's already installing his people like he's decorating a new Trump hotel. Except instead of gold toilets, it's board members. And get ready for this lineup change. He's bringing in Richard Grinnell as interim executive director, which is perfect because when I think performing arts, I naturally think former intelligence official. That's just showbiz, baby, Trump announced on Truth Social. And I'm quoting here, "No more drag shows or other anti-American propaganda." Because apparently Kinky Boots was the real threat to democracy all along. Meanwhile, Ben Folds, yes, that Ben Folds, just quit his role as artistic advisor to the National Symphony Orchestra. He posted on Instagram saying, "Not for me," which is probably the most polite way I've ever heard someone say, "I'm out of here faster than a soprano hitting their high note." The upcoming season includes Les Misérables, which, let's be honest, might need a new title given the circumstances. Since we're renaming things, let's just call it The Misérables. They're also doing Legally Blonde, though I hear they're changing Elwood's iconic line to, what, like running a cultural institution is hard? And maybe we can retitle that one Legally Married But She's Blonde. And you know what really says make the Kennedy Center great again? Having your chief of staff, deputy chief of staff, and second lady Usha Vance on the board? I wonder what the Pope thinks of her. Portions of today's program were made with the help of the Pope, AI, and some thinly veiled jokes about someone who cheats on his wife.
It is the world's most secretive election. When a pope dies, ancient traditions begin. A silver hammer, a destroyed ring, over 100 cardinals locked away from the world, choosing the next leader of 1 billion faithful. White Smoke. The Path to a New Pope, from Caloroga Shark Media, wherever you get your podcasts.